Every gardener has felt it, the quiet frustration when a garden, despite all the care and attention, just doesn't flourish. You water, you weed, you invest in the best materials, and yet the results fall short of your hopes. It's a feeling that lingers, making you question every step you've taken. You carefully prepare the soil, lay down a fresh bed, and top it with expensive mulch, convinced you're setting the stage for lush, vibrant growth. The mulch looks perfect, promising to protect and nourish your plants. But when you dig a little deeper, the truth is revealed. Under that tidy surface, the soil is dry, pale, and compacted, far from the thriving ecosystem you imagined. The mulch, meant to help, seems to be suffocating the life below. Your plants begin to show the signs. Leaves turn yellow, stems droop, and growth slows to a crawl. The garden you dreamed of is struggling, and you're left wondering what went wrong. There's a common misconception, the mulch myth, that a thick, impenetrable layer of mulch will feed and protect your soil. But the reality is more complicated. Instead of nurturing, a heavy mulch layer can actually compact the soil, blocking water and air and starving the roots below. The soil becomes hard and lifeless, unable to support healthy plant growth. In nature, things are rarely so neat. The forest floor is a living, breathing system, covered in a mix of decomposing leaves, twigs, and organic matter. It's messy, but it's alive, constantly feeding the soil and supporting a web of life. We often focus on appearances, aiming for a tidy, manicured look, but in doing so, we forget about the complex living world beneath the surface, the microbes, insects, and roots that make healthy soil possible. Mulch itself isn't the enemy. It can be a powerful tool, but only if we understand how it interacts with the soil. Too often, our approach is incomplete, missing the bigger picture of soil health. When you find lifeless soil beneath your mulch, don't see it as a failure. Instead, see it as an opportunity, a chance to learn, adapt, and do better for your garden. Remember, soil is a dynamic, living ecosystem. It's not just a place to anchor your plants, but a vibrant community that needs to be fed and cared for. Challenge the old mulch myths. Start by feeding your soil with compost and organic matter, and watch as life returns from the ground up. It's time to go beyond just covering the soil. Let's nurture it, revive it, and help our gardens truly thrive. Imagine a hungry person shivering outside, searching for warmth and comfort. Now picture them being wrapped in a thick, heavy blanket. At first glance, it seems like the perfect solution, warmth and protection from the elements. But if that person is hungry, the blanket doesn't feed them. It only covers up the real problem. Covered with a heavy blanket, their hunger remains, hidden but unsolved. The blanket looks cozy, but it doesn't provide the nourishment they truly need. In the same way, a garden bed covered with wood chips looks neat and tidy. The mulch gives an impression of care and order, but it doesn't address the soil's real needs. When you spread wood chips over your soil, you might think you're protecting and nourishing it, but in reality you could be starving it instead. Wood chips are high in carbon, and to break down, they need nitrogen. Microorganisms in the soil use up valuable nitrogen to decompose the wood chips, pulling it away from your plants. As these microorganisms work, they rob the soil of nitrogen, leaving your plants hungry and unable to thrive. The nutrients your plants need are being diverted, making it harder for them to grow strong and healthy. A thick layer of mulch can also block water from reaching the soil, causing it to dry out underneath. Even after rain, the soil below can remain parched, depriving roots of the moisture they need. The neat blanket of mulch becomes a barrier, not just to water, but also to air and nutrients. Instead of helping, it isolates the soil, making it harder for life to flourish below the surface. Over time, you'll notice the signs. Plants with yellowing leaves, weak stems, and stunted growth. These are classic symptoms of nutrient deficiency, caused by the mulch stealing what your plants need most. Instead of a thriving living garden, you're left with a sterile environment. The mulch may look tidy, but it's not supporting life beneath. The garden may appear well kept from above, but underneath roots are struggling, and the soil is fighting to stay alive. The real story is hidden from view. It's time to rethink how we use mulch. Instead of just covering up the soil, let's focus on nourishing it, so our gardens can truly thrive from the ground up. If wood chips starve soil, what's the alternative? Nature's diverse tapestry. A living mulch, a mix of greens and browns. Move beyond covering soil, focus on feeding it. Greens provide nitrogen, browns offer structure. Layer browns like leaves or straw, then greens like grass clippings. This mix creates a balanced meal for soil life. Moisture from greens fuels decomposition, browns prevent mess. Underneath, a miracle unfolds. Soil softens, life thrives. Earthworms aerate, bacteria and fungi flourish. You're not just mulching, you're building fertile topsoil. Embrace nature's method for a thriving garden. Feeding soil means nourishing its vast, hidden community of organisms, both large and microscopic. Microorganisms transform organic matter into plant nutrients, fueling the cycle of life in your garden. Bacteria break down greens, releasing nutrients that plants need to thrive and grow strong. Fungi extend roots, mining soil for water and nutrients, forming vital underground partnerships. Earthworms aerate soil, mix organic matter and enrich it with their nutrient-rich castings. A living mulch sustains this ecosystem, protecting and feeding the soil community. By layering greens and browns, you invite this underground workforce to flourish. Build fertile, living soil without ever lifting a spade or turning the earth. Create a living soil layer with ease. Layer materials for a balanced soil diet. Start with a brown base, cardboard, leaves, or straw. Add a green layer, grass clippings, kitchen scraps. This mix attracts bacteria and worms. Water lightly to keep it moist. In hot climates, add a straw top layer to retain moisture. No digging needed. Let soil life do the work. This method rejuvenates beds and builds fertility. Embrace nature's process for a thriving garden. Your garden will thank you. Have you ever wondered which gardening technique truly works best for your plants? Let's find out together with a simple, hands-on experiment that anyone can try at home. By comparing two garden beds side by side, we can see the real impact of different mulching methods. Here we have two identical beds, both started at the same time in the same soil and exposed to the same sunlight and water. The only difference, one is covered with a thick layer of wood chips, while the other is protected by a lush living mulch. At first glance, the wood chip bed looks tidy and well kept, but as the weeks go by, the plants seem to struggle. Growth is slow, leaves are pale, and the overall health of the bed just isn't what we hoped for. In contrast, the living mulch bed quickly bursts with life. Plants here are noticeably more vigorous. Their leaves are deep, healthy green, and their stems strong. The difference is striking, even to the untrained eye. When we dig a little deeper, the story becomes even clearer. Under the wood chips, the soil is hard, compacted, and dry to the touch. It's tough for roots to push through, and moisture doesn't stick around for long. But beneath the living mulch, the soil is a different world. It's dark, crumbly, and moist, teeming with earthworms and other beneficial creatures. This is the kind of environment where plants truly thrive. Earthworms are everywhere, working tirelessly to aerate and enrich the soil. Their presence is a sure sign of healthy living earth, and they help break down organic matter into nutrients your plants can use. With almost no extra effort, you're building rich, fertile topsoil that will support your garden for years to come. The living mulch does the hard work for you, naturally. When you compare the two beds side by side, the results are undeniable. The living mulch bed is healthier, more productive, and simply more beautiful. The proof is in the soil and the abundance of life it supports. Dark, rich earth and thriving plants tell the story better than words ever could. So why not embrace the living mulch method in your own garden? It's simple, effective, and works in harmony with nature, Watch your garden transform before your eyes, becoming more vibrant and resilient with each passing season. Remember, nature's way is always the best way. Let your garden flourish the natural way and enjoy the rewards of a thriving, living landscape. Working with nature brings profound satisfaction. A living blanket grows healthier plants and connects us to nature. Transform waste into the foundation of new life. Weeds and leaves become valuable resources. The garden becomes a closed-loop system. Feed the soil, and you feed yourself. Healthy soil means resilient plants and nutrient-rich produce. Taste the vitality of the soil in your harvest. Look beyond tidiness. Embrace a wilder, fertile garden. Lay down greens and browns. Create a home for life. Cultivate a richer, healthier world for plants and yourself.